in 18th. They win for Vincent Kompany's Burnley would put them a point behind today's visitors, and they have a fantastic record over Luton Town. Of course, these two teams were in the Championship last year. Burnley are unbeaten in their past 7 league games against Luton, winning 4 and drawing 3, and they got their first victory of this Premier League season at Kenilworth Road when they were able to beat Robert Edwards' sides 2-1 at Kenilworth Road. Luton will go above Everton if they win and go 7 clear with a game in hand over Burnley. They will leapfrog Everton and go 1 behind Brentford. Brentford, who also do have a game in hand over the teams around them. So it's imperative that Burnley stay in touch. It makes it a massive game for Vincent Kompany. The Clarets have 11 points after 20 Premier League games. That's the fewest points a game a team has had at this stage of the Premier League season, and avoided relegation is 11, and that was by West Brom back in 2004/2005, 19 years ago. That's what they're defying here. Burnley are the first team also to lose their first 9 of their opening home games, a top flight campaign, and in Football League history, only Newport have ever lost 10 of their first 11 home games, doing so much. They'll do that in the 4th tier. A little stats attack for you before we get into the two teams. Having a moment of applause here at Turf Moor between the two sides. They're on the pitch. Traditional kits on offer here with Luton in their white and black tops, black shorts, orange socks for Burnley, carrot and blue, the home side of course. But let's get into team news. The first start for Josh Cullen since October. It's Trafford in goal for Burnley. Ekdal, Aldeco, O'Shea and Vitinho the back four. Odeberg, Cullen, Brownhill and Goodmanson are the midfield four. It's 4-4-2 for Vincent Kompany side. Amdouni and Lau Foster is the team. Burnley will be shooting from right to left in this first half. Kaminski's in goal for Luton. Mingy, Osho and Bell back 3. Ogbeni, Lokonga and Barkley and Doherty. That's a former Arsenal Chelsea player midfield. Of course, Lokonga is on loan from Arsenal, and he's in heart of that Luton midfield. Clark's there with Townsend, who made his move permanent in the last few weeks here at Kenilworth Road, and Elijah Adebayo, who will lead the line for Burnley. This is Flash Score. Welcome back to our coverage. African Cup of Nations starts tomorrow. A few games you can listen to across the month of action, and as we now start the business end, you really do believe when we get into that new year, we can see May. And for these two teams, the objective is to be in the Premier League come the end of the fixtures in the summer. It's with Ogbeni to take the forward. The white strip, black shorts, orange socks for Luton. Into the middle it goes now for Osho. Kaminski. Pink jersey for Luton. Bit of disappointment for the visitors, being in a position where they have to play that replay. It was 0-0 at home against a League One opposition on Sunday. That's brought this game forward by well over 48 hours. And we're a minute in here. It's Burnley 0, Luton 0. Luton's tally of 15 points is the lowest by a Premier League debutant at the halfway stage of the season since Wolves, who also had 15 points when they made their Premier League debut back in 2003-2004. They finished bottom of the table, which is surprising to hear because if you follow Luton this season, they seem to be a side that are in every game. They lost to Chelsea before the new year 3-2, and they were so unlucky not to make it 3-3 after falling behind after 2 really good goals from Cole Palmer, and Nolly Madueke was on the score sheet also. But Hatters have scored 57% of their Premier League goals after the 75th minute, and on that occasion they scored twice after that mark. It's falling into the middle now for Luton, down this left side. Mengi into Doughty. He's shown a lot of promise, Doughty. In now filtered Elijah Adebayo, who's showed a bit of promise, getting a few goals. He's their top goal scorer for Luton. Elijah Adebayo, he's with 5, but he's only had 1 away from home, and that came against Forest in October. Lau Foster, good to see him back. He was a doubt for this game. He's been directly involved in 7 in 11 Premier League appearances, scoring 4 and assisting 3. And that's where the ball is heading towards, as Trafford in the Burnley goal launches that into Luton's half. It falls down to Burnley, it goes into the middle. Cullen's there, goes, and it's 1. Now here by Doherty. Clark Townsend. It's a new formation that's been assembled by Rob Edwards, and Doughty's touch is poor and it will just slip out of play. It'll be a throw on that far side inside Burnley's half, and it's an important fixture. Sheffield United, who are rock bottom, 20th, 9 points after 20 games played. They're 3 points away from Burnley. They face West Ham next Sunday. Luton, of course, are and Burnley playing their fixtures early. In this, I wouldn't say new, it's the second season where the Premier League have been able to split the fixtures over 2 weekends. It's something the managers have been complaining about, getting that break after Christmas. We didn't see it last year due to the World Cup, when there was a lot of fixtures kind of scrambled in, but this is the way it's going to be moving forward, where you get, it's 2 fixtures tomorrow. Both fixtures, of course, you can listen to audio commentary of those on Flash Score. Doubleheader on Sunday, Villa against Everton, United, Manchester United against Tottenham Hotspur. This game was supposed to be on a Monday. Then there's a break all the way until the Emirates, 12:30 against Arsenal against Crystal Palace, and then the completion of the fixtures all the way until the Tuesday night, where Wolves take on Brighton. So you can see everybody getting their rest ahead of another grueling 6 or 7 or 8 weeks until we head into the international break. You haven't missed anything yet inside the first 4 minutes at Turf Moor. It's everything you probably thought it would be. Tight, cagey. But the Hatters could win back-to-back top flight away games for the first time since December 1987. That was under Ray Harford. Whereas Burnley's cross just skittles away. There is pressure on the Vincent Kompany. Especially, these are the games that you have to win if you're going to have any chance of getting out of the position they're in. The worry is the teams above them just seem to have things going for them in terms of Everton and Brentford having Ivan Toney come back. Forest got a great win against Manchester United before the end of the year. Palace have been on a horrible run, got a late win against Brentford. So teams above them are winning, and Everton are only there because they've, of course, to that 10-point deduction. It's Burnley to take this throw in. Sinfield is given away. He's a Bonnet. Mengi into Osho. Osho laying his back to Kaminsky. Kaminsky kicking that to the left, and that's just gone out of play. Burnley 0, Luton 0. It's not great play from the Luton goalkeeper. It's on that right side now for Burnley in their own half, launching that forward with Vitinho, and it's cleared away. Well, they have lost 10 of their last 11 games, Burnley, in which they've conceded a goal, except for a 1-1 draw at Brighton in December. They did concede against Luton, with Elijah Adebayo getting one in that game, but they got a quick winner through Brew Larson back at the Kenilworth Road. It's now with Cullen. Gudmundsson feeds the ball now. Give it to Ardali, laying this back to Brownhill. Swept play, Brownhill into Cullen, 20 yards away from the penalty area. Great 1-2 play here. It's a chance, and it's a great save by Kaminsky, and it's cleared away by Luton. The first opening going to the Clarets of Vincent Kompany, and he needed a fine save from Kaminsky, right point blank, and that was delivered. 0-0 it remains. Amdouni involved, Brownhill and Gudmundsson all trying to thread the ball through. It's a ball that's won. Here's Doughty now for Luton. He's bombing forward. He's won a midway through Burnley's half. Finds it into the middle, and Adebayo can't stretch his right leg onto it to tap it home. And end-to-end stuff here at Turf Moor. Finally, in the cold winter's day in January, we have a game in the Premier League. It's just starting to warm up first with that effort that was finally saved by Kaminsky. And then Luton bringing the ball high up Burnley's pitch. Doughty, a real asset down that left side, bombing into the penalty area, putting in a delivery, but it was just too in front of Adebayo. It's 0-0 here, but Burnley look really threatening tonight. Here's Foster, His shot is tame, and it's comfortable for Kompany. It stays 0-0. Just seeing Kompany was the effort that was saved. Barkley, now in field to Doherty, he runs into trouble, the Luton man. And Brownhill's been penalised. And it will be a free kick. It was Clark who's driving with the ball after being released by Barkley. Ball's now on the left side, in line of the penalty area. Here's with Luton. 40 yards away from the penalty box. Back with Clark. Clark edges that back to Mengi. Here is Mengi. It's a diagonal ball. Lovely ball. Spread to Kompany. Kompany's got Townsend ahead of him. He's now in front of the D. He teases up, and it's a beautiful save from Trafford. Right hand came up just to tip it over. Ross Barkley rushing in. Kompany plucking the ball out from that left, driving in towards the D, and then teeing off to Ross Barkley's side foot effort was tipped over, and Luton have the first corner of the game. Burnley 0, Luton 0. Rob Edwards sporting a grey jacket, black gloves in this Lancashire winter's night. Doughty to take this corner. He got an assist the last time out against Chelsea in the Premier League. It's whipped in right-footed. It doesn't reach anybody in a white shirt. It's a Claret head that gets towards it, and it's a Claret head that wins it, and in the end it's on that far side. It's sending Mengi, the former Manchester United player, who has conceded a free kick. It's Burnley 0, Luton 0 for the Manchester United player. Dreaming about another game there. It says a free kick for Trafford to take on that far side. A lively game so far, 10 minutes gone. It's taken now by Trafford. It's won by a Luton head. It falls now into the middle for Brownhill. He goes long. And Kompany will try and get up, he does. Out of his goal, uses his left foot to kick the ball back into Burnley's half. It does fall into the middle now for Lokonga. Touches for him. Not seeing much. Townsend, Clark, these isolated two in behind Elijah Adebayo. There's a bit of room now for Lokonga. Lokonga and Barkley they're playing opposite ends really in terms of that midfield. They're not together. They're very much isolated. One's gone right midfield, one's gone left and central midfielder. So there's a gap for Burnley to utilise and to go through. They haven't done that yet as Luton continue their high press. They thought they should have had a free kick. It's actually gone to be a throw in. It's Townsend who's not looking too pleased with the referee tonight. Burnley 0, Luton 0 here. It's thrown forward by Burnley. It's picked up by Luton. It's a bit of a give and go in terms of the possession, but it's falling out to Burnley, trying to wiggle their way through a couple Luton players. Mengi's got it now. Here's Kompany. Kompany uses left foot, hooks that forward. Looking towards Mengi. It's now with Barkley. Luton here being held by Burnley. It's 0-0. In this first Premier League clash of the game week that lasts 2 weekends. All the way until the following Tuesday. Here is Barkley inside his own half. Lovely trickery. Evades Lyle Foster's a tackle. It's now with Kompany on this right side. Step over, drives into the penalty box. Legs fly, and it's pushed out by Trafford. Burnley 0, Luton 0. That's 2 saves that Trafford's got to make now in these early stages. And every time they switch that ball to the right side where Kompany is, coming back into the team, of course, tonight. 2 on it, but he's able to trickle his way through and find a bit of end product. But you might have to next time look at, instead of going for goal, putting the ball in the penalty area. It's Doughty to take this corner. His first one wasn't so great. What's the second one going to be like? It's Mengi in the box with Adebayo. It's Burnley 0, Luton 0. Left footed again by Doughty. Doesn't find a white shirt. It was better, though. It was put into a better area. The referee, what's he going to do? Gives the throw in to Luton. There was a heavy appeal from the Luton player who was scampering with the Burnley player to say that was going to be a Luton throw in, and that's what the referee has decided it to be. Burnley 0 here, Luton 0. So Doughty scampered across from the other side to take this throw in from that left side where he's operating tonight. Gives the ball to Mengi. Quick feet by him. And now they want to sweep that ball back. Mengi still has it in the centre circle. Goes infield to Lokonga. Lokonga onto the right to Albenic. Albenic. And it back to Townsend. Townsend. His left foot and a bit of time. Great pressure. Townsend. Infield to Osho. Mengi. This is lovely from Luton. Just keeping hold of the ball, but as soon as I say that, you know what happens? The ball gets given away. Burnley are now looking for a goal kick, and they will get one. A bit of fortune there. The ball coming out of Doughty's legs. The Clarets could complete their first league double in this fixture since 1995. They have been busy in the transfer window. 2 goals and 17 appearances at loan at Uniberlin. That's David Fofana, who's come in now. Detson Fofana, who's on loan from Chelsea. That's someone that I think Burnley will utilise, trying to bring him in. That was a late deal that was made yesterday. And Burnley hosting Luton, a top flight game tonight for the first time since January 1975. Let's hope that's a more exciting one than just a 1-0. We need goals in this game. It's going to be provided. It's with Lyle Foster here, who's been battled away and cleared away by Osho. Does fall down back to Burnley. Darky. Duck Hill there. Trying to build from the back. There's a throw in to Burnley on that far side. We'll just wait. Still wait for this throw in to be taken. Brownhill wants the ball. I mean, have to say, referee's a bit kind there. It's a good 30 seconds of Burnley waiting for to take their throw in. Here's Adebayo, always looking for Dougherty and Clark to make that run that left side. It's something that, as I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, that Luton have looked to try and find their identity, try to get the best out of the players they have in the Premier League. If you look at the bench and you think about, of course, Chong's been really good coming off the bench, but someone like Clinton Morris started the Premier League journey, got the goal at Brighton when they lost on opening day. Ryan Giles, someone that was brought in, was heavy linked to Borough. Some of these players you do feel maybe recruited for the following year. Here is Kompany, but they've got to give themselves a chance in the Premier League, and they're still trying to do that. Luton, they're motoring down this right side. Here's Lokonga. Tackle the ball to the left side. Doughty will get there. Tees up to Clark. Clark's in the box. Goes down. Referee says no to any discussion. It wasn't really much from anybody in the Luton selection or even the crowd. They skip that ball once again to Kompany. Headed away. Here is Townsend. Scampers with the left foot. Step over. Once on his right. And that's blocked. And it will be a throw-in. Deep in Burnley's half. Good play here from Luton. Of course, they're missing their captain, Tom Lockyer, due to heart problems. Kabora has gone for international duty for AFCON. And the Camber's out for a knee injury. Just reading through the missing players, of course, I'm sure many listening will be fully aware of Luton Town's captain's situation and the proceedings that happened last month, and we wish him all well here at Flash Score. Well, nothing's come from that move, and it will be a throw-in. Just have a little look. Cracking challenge that came in from Winston on Clark. He pushed his body in front of the ball and just poked it away. The referee was right, and VAR didn't intervene also. It's good to see smart play, which is always a surprise, isn't it? It's been 20 yards out now of the penalty area. Back with Luton. It's with Townsend. Whips this in. Adebayo. Trafford came out. Didn't gather the ball. pushed it out and getting deeper and deeper. Foster's down. Referee will probably halt proceedings. Burnley want the ball out of play. I don't know where Foster's gone down in. I don't know if he's gone down in his own half. And we have finally stopped play due to Lyle Foster. Of course, he's come into the side. Was it Mengi? Yeah, Mengi's challenge just was very crunching. Oh, Mengi looks a bit worried. I don't think there is a VAR check at the moment. It'll just be Lyle Foster, who was a doubt at the time this season. Yeah, so more fixtures to come. Tomorrow is with Chelsea versus Fulham and Newcastle versus Manchester City. We're up and running again. Foster's just left the field, so Burnley are down to 10 players as it stands. They've given away a free kick. It was Al Dakil who gave it away. They want Foster back on the field. Referee's not even looking. So they're still down to 10 as Ogbeni plays to right. Now on the field as Foster come. Here's Ogbeni with the gloves tonight. Puts on his left foot, whips this in, aiming towards Adebayo and Lokonga. Stop cleared well. Amari Bell will come and get the ball. He'll put it in left-footed. It's going to be deflected. It's going to be another corner for the first time tonight. It's going to come from the far side for Luton. It's their fourth corner of the evening so far. Came off Gudmundsson to come back and defend. Gone here as we wait breakthrough. Hands posted in, left footed, cleared away by Gudmundsson. Comes to Bell. Barkley finds a bit of space. His shot's blocked well by Burnley. It's just outside the penalty area. All this plays in Burnley's half at the moment. Burnley under the cosh. As Luton here, Doherty trying to find a set piece. Another corner is delivered. And Foster's back to defensive duty. And is able to cut it out. It's going to be left-footed again this corner. Every corner has not reached a Luton player. It's headed back out. The Bonner's got it outside the right side of the penalty area. Here is Bell. And Burnley's just going a bit more aggressive in their defence. But on the back foot here, the home side. They won't be pleased with what they're seeing. The home supporters. And I'm sure Vincent Kompany won't be happy what he's seeing here. Luton have started to dictate this game. Starting to carve some opportunities. Doherty's actually running into a bit of trouble though. Burnley do look threatening on the break when they get the ball. They can't though at the moment. It's picked up here by Doherty. Goes into the penalty area from that left side, peeling away. But once again, Burnley, they just have been defending really well. And Luton have gone to that final third. The right decisions have been made. And they've been able to clear. Burnley 0. Luton 0. Scooting over the halfway line. Bit of room for Bell. Lovely touch by Amdouni on the halfway line for Burnley. And this is what I meant by the electricity on the break. He sweeps this to the right side. Foster's their edge of the penalty area and he's been pushed down. Now the question is, was that in the penalty area? It's a free kick that's been given. It's just going to outside Luton plead their innocence. Was it Osho? I mean, Vincent Kompany immediately believed that was going to be a set piece offence. It is Osho and it's definitely outside the penalty area. That's been cleared up and there is a slight push on the right hand from Osho, around about 5 yards out from the penalty area. It's a superb position, this for Burnley, who've the last 10 minutes have been on the back foot and have been moving side to side to kind of keep their shape to stop Luton's assault on their goal, and have the opportunity to put an assault on theirs from this set piece. Godmanson and Brownhill are over the ball here. It's going to be Godmanson. It's over the bar, left-footed comfortably. Of course, he's had the best opportunity of the game. A well-worked triangle move outside the Luton penalty box for led to a 1-on-1. But on this occasion, the set piece was comfortable and the quality, being honest, just wasn't there. It's Burnley 0, Luton 0. Burnley playing out the back. So Luton playing out the back. Burnley putting pressure on them. Down the right we go. Here is Abona up at Dakil. Dakil coming more of a left side. Of course. Well, at the moment, 65% possession is in Luton's favour. Dahl. Kompany trying to play a lovely 1-2 with Bell. Good work. Tucks this back to Osho. Osho now in towards Mengi over the halfway line. The yellow ball, of course, still. It's not spring. It's a perfect surface for this game tonight. Turf Moor, it's looking good. Here is Townsend. The orange boots, Townsend. Just motors down the right side. He's got a bit of pressure. Here's a bonnet now. Meets him on that right side. He's not really put a ball in. Wants to play a give and go with Lokonga. But Burnley read that well. Clear it through Brownhill. But there's no one up here anymore. Whereas the ball's in the centre circle. It's only a Luton ball that's available. Mengi and Osho and Bell just operating by themselves. They still have the ball, but fair play to Burnley. They've come out of that shell they're in and put a high press in, and they've disrupted the comfortable play that Luton had. Now, here is Bell. It's fired away through. Here is Abona. Tries to Townsend inside the penalty area here. Townsend puts it back to Elijah Adebayo, who tees this up. Barkley shot blocked. Edge of the penalty area. In the end, it was Cullen who put his body on the line. It was quite smart from Cullen. Just used his knees as Barkley went low to side foot the ball. Just dropped to the ground to make sure that it couldn't be put goalwards or any type of deflection. Burnley have it in their own penalty area. It's a shame to get rid of it. Burnley, they need to make use. You may have read the summary that Flash Score, of course, provides ahead of the games that we cover, and that would be in the Championship, Premier League, wherever. But the fixtures aren't looking great for Burnley after this tonight. They travel to the champions on the 31st of January, and they take on Arsenal and Liverpool. They go to Anfield. Also, I don't know if they are away to all three. But off the top of my head, I don't remember what the score is when Arsenal went to Burnley. But either way, let's have a look. It's always fun, especially when it's a 0-0 at the time. There should be a quicker way to find this out. 28 minutes gone here. Burnley 0, Luton 0. Here is Obada. It's a nice, once again, switched ball to Obada. Kompany goes into the middle. Lukonga scuffed shot. Oh, he kind of just, instead of going goalwards, he kind of helped it going its way towards Elijah Abayo. Burnley just clear, but the best openings are coming through the visitors. Bell, who just seem to have more energy. Bell goes for 3 players, 30 yards away from the penalty area. Tees up Doughty into the penalty area. Doughty, a real threat from these areas, puts the ball in. But O'Shea and Co are there, and it was offside Doughty in the end. It stays 0-0. And for Burnley, I don't know, it's too early. It's early to be thinking about half time, but they need to regroup at the moment because there's only going to be one side who will be able to collect the 3 points. I was going to score at least at the moment, and that's Luton. Yeah, so they travel. This is for Burnley. It's, you know, next couple of weeks, go into the Etihad, go into Anfield, and they go into the Emirates. See, my memory worked. They did not remember Arsenal coming to Burnley. So they've been to the Emirates. They lost 3-1. My apologies. So yeah. Those little games for you. Burnley, their last game was a week ago against Spurs. As they burn into the penalty area, falls back here now. Brownhill, bit of space to shoot. 2 Luton players just shadows him out. It's with Cullen. Amdouni. Here is player down this left side for Burnley. Really good work. Right-footed ball in that comes in from Cullen. Last week, Friday, they were in action against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was a wonderful strike. I was able to kick them out. It's another free kick. It's been given away by Luton. Burnley starting to collect these set pieces. There was another one by Osho. It's a bit silly there. Lucky it's to be booked. Over it goes. It's going to be Brownhill to put this in. It's a Luton player that gets there. It's Ross Barkley that heads it away. Burnley 0, Luton 0. Coming from that far side. The throw in goes into the penalty area. There's a little slight nudge. Referee plays on. Barkley gives the ball straight back to Burnley. It's worked in right-footed, hit away by Burnley. Comes back, Goodmanston's there, great work. Oh, it's a heavy challenge, that will be a free kick. As Goodmanston is punished. But the first problem comes from Barkley not being strong enough. A few good headers, a miss kick in there for Burnley, and in the end it was Foster. In the end it was Lukonga that ran into, good play from Lukonga, had to get there first, did, and Goodmanston was then going to run into him. Kaminsky firing this to towards that right side. Burnley coming into this in the last few moments or so, trying to end the half well. So plenty of time until the half-time whistle for things to change. In a game you feel that is a must-win for Burnley and for Luton, for both these sides' ambitions to stay in this division. Many would have ruled them out outside these shores in terms of Turf Moor and of course Kenilworth Road. Luton just happy to be involved, respectfully of course, in their debut season in the Premier League, but they've had a good outing for themselves. Burnley came up as championship winners. Luton as playoff winners last May, beating Coventry on penalties in the playoff final. Sheffield United, who came up with them, are below them in the table. The 3 pointed sides, rooted to the bottom 3. It's Goodmanson now. Gives the ball. Nice work. Here's O'Shea guiding up forward. Here's Al-Dakil on the right for Coutinho. Good work by Coutinho. It's carved through here. Lovely work by Foster. Needed 3 Luton players and a scooped clearance of Benny. Now, here's Elijah Adebayo. Does that superbly. Holds the ball on the halfway line. Tees up to the right side. It's Clark. Goes into the middle with Townsend. The 2 players that are behind the centre forward trying to combine high up the field. But Burnley there to clear. Burnley 0, Luton 0. It's now with Al-Dakil. Al-Dakil's got Iqdal to the left of him. And him and Iqdal just keep playing the passes between them. Lovely from Trafford. Great pass from the Manchester City graduate. And of course the under-21 Euro champion. Fantastic performance in those championships. We had you covered in Flash Score last summer. Here's Obo. Here for Burnley. Odegaard over the bar. And that's better though from Burnley, and the fans appreciate that. Turf Moor on their feet, stringing a few passes, looking solid defence, breaking off that Luton breakaway, moving forward onto more promising positions from a Luton opportunity. But on this occasion it wasn't on target, but it's better. But still 0-0 here though in this game. Osho to Mengi. Mengi, diagonal ball, look towards Doherty. It's brought down well. It's the ball towards Al-Dakil. Dakil goes central to Cullen. It's back towards Trafford. Trafford's under pressure here by Elijah Adebayo, and that's been cleared away by Trafford. Townsend though, 40 yards away from the penalty area, wins it, then swings it to the left side to Doughty. Crunching challenge from Coutinho, went 2-footed, got the ball by the way. It was a all action ball. Goes long from Luton, looking towards once again O'Benny. It's the diagonal ball. It's picked up by Brownhill. He pokes this forward. Here's Foster. Foster now running at this Luton defence, centre of the half. Lays this off to the left side to Odegaard. Odegaard goes to the penalty area. A few step overs. Approaching the byline. Crossed in! And as that found its way through, it has Amdouni! And Burnley get themselves in front inside the final 10 minutes of this game. Burnley 1, Luton 0. They've been knocking on the door these last few moments, and they've got their just rewards, and it's a move that comes from Luton going long towards Bennett. Burnley 1, Luton 0, and in a game where Luton have had the best opportunities, Burnley strike first. Lovely work from Foster, gets the ball from Brownhill inside the centre circle, drives towards the left side, gives that ball to Odegaard, has a few step overs, and just keeps it in. Oh, it goes through Mengi, and Amdouni's there. I'm sure there's a few deflections. We'll get this replay in. Lovely ball from Odegaard. That's 100% guaranteed. Oh, it's on the goal line here, Guy Munson. Now the question is, was he offside? Because he might be getting in the way of the goalkeeper's vision here. That's me on my VAR head here. But as it stands, Burnley 1, Luton 0 is the score. The goalkeeper kind of pushes it in off the Burnley player. I think because it doesn't hit the Burnley player, but is he interfering? I don't know. We've seen some interesting decisions come. Maybe just me speculating, of course. But as it stands, Burnley have that lead. But as we've seen in the Premier League, Gudmundsson was on the goal line here. So, but it's all good. What do I know? What do I know? What do we know? You never know with the virtual assistant referee. One thing that we do know for sure is that Amdouni has put Burnley into the lead here in this game at Turf Moor. Burnley 1, Luton 0. The goal stands, and the first bit of quality from the wing that came through Burnley was produced by Amdouni, left-footed, and it was tapped by Odegaard, and it was tapped in by Amdouni, who was waiting in the 6-yard box after Mengi just watched the ball fly through it. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Lovely work. Here's Amdouni, the captain and the goal scorer, trying to go past the 2. Shows good tenacity and strength here, approaching the byline. He's won his side a free kick in an excellent position. It's Townsend that's giving it away, an experienced Townsend. So we wait for this free kick to be taken. Godmanson and Brownhill, the usual suspects, over the ball. It's taken quickly. Cullen back to Brownhill. Oh, it's a good ball, you know. And Luton just get rid of it. Trafford is deep in Luton's half. Hooks this back towards Goodmanson, who wins the header. Burnley really have their tails up now after taking the lead in this game. And they're eyeing up a second. And, 10 minutes ago I was saying Luton looked the most likely going to the break in the lead. That's why you just can't keep your ears and your eyes off this one, or any football game that you tune yourself into, because you just never know. That's what's brilliant about this beautiful game. Here's Foster. Inside now to Goodmanson. Goodmanson back towards Brownhill. Odegaard, a few step overs. He's up against 2 Luton players. Odegaard, he goes into the penalty area, finds a ball in. A Burnley player sat on his bottom. It was Amdouni. And I don't know who the other player was. It looked like it was Aldakil, the centre-back, who had trotted his way into the middle. Odegaard's doing superbly over Townsend and Kompany. Nothing doing, says the referee. And that was Luton's turn to want the half-time whistle. 1-0, they trail. But they are with the ball here with Kompany. Lovely. Scampers past 2 players. Goes into the penalty area. Wants to tee this back here. Chance for the equalizer inside the penalty area. It's blocked by Clark. Shot. Lokonga deflected. And Burnley survive. 1-0 they lead. And it's Aldakil as the Claret and Blue throw balls into bodies, on the line. Kompany has it now here on the touchline. Whips it in and Iqdal clears away. And now that will be a corner kick. For Luton, who want to get back into this game. Now sees to take it. Left-footed, Lycra boots. He's put into good area. Trafford's there to push it away. Here's a Bodder. Getting the ball back. Burnley 1, Luton 0. So Osho that plays the diagonal ball. Foster blocks it out. He could have left that, to be fair to him. If it Doughty would have kept it in. He showed a bit of frustration there. The wing back for Luton, who takes the throw on the right side. Use the operator from the left. He stayed on his side due to the corner. He continues to the ball, Doughty. And there's just no one there in the middle in a white shirt. He just gave that ball back to Burnley, who clear and give the ball back to Luton with Bell. Bell gives it back to his goalkeeper. Bell. Now with Mengi. Osho. Back 3. Clear for all to see now. Most points dropped from winning positions this season have been Burnley. After Brentford and Burnley. So they're second on that list. 16 points have been dropped from winning positions. That will give Luton a bit of hope going into the second half. But they've got to hang on at 1, because Burnley here looking for 2, and there's a bit of miscommunication between Goodmanson and Brownhill and Foster. He's left the ball here with Barkley. Now the ball's found its way to the right side. A side that they've enjoyed attacking from Luton. Here is Kompany, 5 yards away from the penalty area. Burnley 1, Luton 0 is the score. Barkley giving the ball now to Townsend. 3 weight in the area. He whips this into the far post, but there's another Burnley player in the way for Luton, and there's not another Luton player trying to go for that. Ball sort of hung in the air for a few moments as Luton thought it was going to come down for them. It's still with the visitors, but the intensity just dropped from that attack. They'll go again and build again from guess where? The right hand side. Here's Townsend. He'll do take 2 and he'll switch that to Doughty. Doughty will go up for the ball. Goes side by side with Vitinha. Excellent goalkeeper from Trafford. Smelt the danger. Came across. Gathered the ball and he's dropped on the floor here. And that will be jobs are good. And it's significant this win could be for Burnley because they will go 1 point behind Luton, especially with Luton having a game in hand due to the abandonment of Luton versus Bournemouth, and Everton. They'll be 2 points behind Everton. Yes, they would have played a game more than their teams above them, but it gives them a chance, gives them something ahead of the fixtures I've spoken to you about, including the champions Manchester City, which is next up for Vincent Kompany on his return to the Etihad. Has gone back to the Etihad as Burnley manager. Went there last year in the FA Cup, where Erling Haaland scored a hat-trick. Kompany over the halfway line now. Once again, coming from this right wing. A few step overs. Goes centrally now to Townsend. Tells the opponents to Clark, and the zip in the play is just not being crisp between these two. Even the defending from Luton is nearly Amdouni just twists and turns and puts Osho in a little bit of a difficult situation, I say. Need to play the 45 minutes. Wonder how many minutes will be added on. Oh, that's a heavy challenge as they try to thread the ball forward. That'll be a set piece now for Burnley. Three minutes added on at the end of this half. Taken short. Lokonga finished for Elijah Adebayo, and it's gathered by the goalkeeper in Trafford. Luton making it so difficult, don't they, when they do go away from home. Sorry, when they do play at Kenneth Road, but they make it difficult for themselves when they do play away from home. That's for sure. However, Cullen. Here it is, Bradhill. Chipper back towards Osho. Uses that right foot to swing it towards Kompany. Kompany now has 2 ahead of him. Does go back to Lokonga. Luton now utilise the left side, Doughty. That's something I think Rob Edwards will be saying them to do. It's a lovely balls. Whipped in by Doughty, misses everybody, goes away to the far side, on the right side to Kompany. He goes to the penalty area, Kompany does a few step overs, tucks us back to Lokonga. It's a poor ball by Lokonga. Needed 2 players to get rid of it though for Burnley, only as far as Osho in the middle of the Burnley half. Here is Osho, does well to evade a couple challenges. Luton try to swing themselves back into the game as they swing the ball back in. Referee has given the free kick to Burnley. It's one of those ones there where the ball gets whipped in, the goalkeeper, any sort of touch, goalkeeper goes down, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to see the fact that the referee is a foul. To be fair to the referee, I was very much on that camp of any contact with the goalkeeper. But you have to say, well, it's definitely a foul. He led with his arms. Elijah anyway. Here is Luton, and they mount a final attack of this half. They trail by 1-0. Amdouni strike on the 36th minute. It's the difference here. It will be a big win for Burnley, but we have a whole half of football, and Luton have looked lively throughout this one for sure. Here is shown. The referee looks at his watch, points to the sky, and that's it for the first half. And it's Amdouni's goal. That is the difference here. It's half time between Burnley and Luton, and Vincent Kompany's side have a slender lead, and it comes through Amdouni. Luton have knocked on the door, have had some really good moments through Townsend, Clark and Adebayo. Doughty and Barkley Lokonga have been a presence, and Kompany, who's been a real menace down that right side. But the aim of the game is to always find the net, and that's what Burnley have done, and they lead going into the break. And we'll be back for full second half audio commentary here live on Flash Score. The score at half time is Burnley 1, Luton 0. It'll be a result that would be fantastic for Vincent Kompany's team, and one that would see them go 1 point behind. Haven't seen any changes to the lineup, so we're just going to have a quick look. With Trafford in goal, Burnley, Trafford in goal, Ikdal, Alidakil, O'Shea and Vitinho, Odobert, Cullen, Brownhill, Gudmundsson, Foster and Amdouni. And apologies for the start of the broadcast, just had a few issues. Kaminski, Mengi, Osho and Bell, Obeni, Lokonga, Barkley, Doughty, Clark, Townsend and Adebayo. And we're up and running again here. Ball down the left side now for Luton. Going through now with Bell. Bell going in full to Adebayo. Here it is now with Brownhill. Bell, Odobert into the penalty area, got the assist for the goal. Odobert outside the penalty area, there's a bit of space for Foster. Oh, the ball from Amdouni, who's going to be offside on that right side. And it stays 1-0 to Burnley. There'll be a goal kick to Luton. And Luton take it down this right side. Kaminski, kick it to the right, moving it forward, and there's a bit of time for Old Trafford. But pressure comes in from Townsend. It's gone all the way down. Now with Bell. Bell in field. It's lovely from Doughty. Doughty now. And for Luton, who for the majority were on top for the first half an hour of this game. Burnley struck, but Luton might strike here. So diagonal ball from Barkley, gives it to Ogbonna. We saw a lot of the ball down his right side. He goes on his left into the penalty area, pulls the trigger. But it's a tame effort from the Luton winger that trickles into the hands of Trafford comfortably. It's Burnley 1, Luton 0. It's a routine save going down to his left. Trafford right-footed, pushes this forward. It's going up to good header, won by Mengi. Forced to Barkley in the centre circle. Doughty's there on the left for Barkley, 30 yards away for the penalty area. He goes towards Alfie Doughty, yellow lycra boots tonight. Tries to go past Vitinho, and Vitinho's not having none of it. That's good work. It's with Osho. That's a Mengi. Another diagonal ball, good strength by Clark. Referee's actually given the advantage. And 5 minutes into the second period, Trafford has the ball. Now rolled through now by Trafford. Right-footed, taken the dead ball. Wasn't a free kick, but everybody backed off in a Luton shirt. Made it easy for the Burnley goalkeeper. A bit of room for Amdouni. Just down on the left, up back. Now for Cullen. Right side for Burnley there with Gudmundsson. Nice footwork here. The shot goes in left footed over the bar, and that was Vitinho coming from right back. Found a bit of space and carried on his run. He was able to have a bit of trickery to slip it onto his left foot, but it was high and wide in the end. Next goal so crucial in this game because this one from Luton will set it up very nicely. But Luton at the moment, they seem a fragile outfit ever since that goal. Look very vulnerable to conceding a second. I'm not sure they're able to produce 3 more, but we know they're the goal specialists. After the 75th minute, they're in the penalty area here through Townsend. Wants his left foot, goes to the far post. Doherty heads this on. Clark comes on to keep it alive, but Clark's header is over, and it will be a goal kick to Burnley. Rob Edwards there. Mentioned earlier in this broadcast, polo shirt, but with a big puffer grey jacket. Just felt he wasn't too impressed with his side against Bolton on Sunday in the FA Cup, which has led to that replay and why this game is playing tonight instead of Monday night. And for Luton, although there's always a good feeling around the side, late defeats to Arsenal and Chelsea, they led the champions at Kenilworth Road, but City turned that around that night. The results haven't been on the board at the moment. Of course, the abandonment of that game at Bournemouth is there, but they haven't been able to get as many points as the performances have justified, especially against the sides above them. But the ones next to them, good wins against Palace, and Everton was their first Premier League victory at Goodison Park, but haven't had that consistency for Rob Edwards' team. And for Burnley, well, they're looking to make it a double over Rob Edwards' side, and it's a win that put them 1 point behind Luton, and will just keep them with a sniff of survival. And that's all you need in the Premier League, is a sniff, especially when you've got Manchester City end of the month, Liverpool and Arsenal to follow next for Burnley, trying to get those fixtures out of the way. So beating teams like Luton are imperative. Plenty of football to go, and it's with Luton now inside their half through Clark. They keep hold of it. Townsend back to Mengi back to his goalkeeper, and Kaminsky, bright pink shirt, uses his right foot to just simply kick the ball out of play. Looking towards Doherty, apologises, he rubs his nose with his gloves and just says sorry. It's a waste of a fantastic chance to get themselves going. Luton have to turn the ball over. Both sets of managers are just, and their coaching side, all standing up. It's that type of affair. As I mentioned, these two of course came up from the Championship last season, the bottom 3. All the promoted sides are in the bottom 3 of the Premier League from last year. Lovely work from Clark, kept it alive, he's on the floor, gets it back now. Clark motoring down the left side, 3-way in the area, one's right to left of him in Townsend. Here's Townsend, first time cross, left footed, and he bows up in his header. Oh, he's tipped over by Trafford. He couldn't keep on of it, the youngster. And Luton, after looking like they're going to lose the ball in their final third, move forward. Townsend was Obedic with the header. Burnley 1, Luton 0 here live on Flash Score. Every single Premier League game that is split in this game week will be listening to here on Flash Score. Written, audio and match reports coming your way. It's the first corner of the second half, and it comes to the visitors who've dominated this in particular statistic, but it's the one that matters, of course, being the scoreline. Doherty, left-footed, puts into a great area, it's flicked on. It's going to be another corner. Barkley was nearly there, then there was a Burnley player right behind Ross Barkley. Burnley 1, Luton 0. They've all camped in the 6-yard box, putting pressure on Trafford here. Doherty puts the ball down again. Left-footed, referee now is just going to have a conversation. Here's the two teams. Ball's whipped in, floated excellently. Trafford's able, though, on this occasion to remove anyone around him and punch it away. Good goalkeeping from the English youngster. Burnley trying to wrestle the ball on the halfway line. Luton trying to keep hold of it, and they do work it away from that left side, using the right foot, and there's a now possible break here. Amdouni, he couldn't get out of his feet. He runs into trouble, runs into Bell. Bell continues to run down at this Burnley side, pushing it towards now Adebayo, who's away from his central area, plays a 1-2 from Clark, And it will be a throw. Oh no, it won't come out to a throw. Yeah, it will be a throw in. Luton settle for that. Here is Barkley. Onto the right. Kompany onto the left foot. Low ball deflected. A one-hand ball. The Luton players, referee waves that away. It's Clark. Referee's flag stays down. Does it go up? It does go up in the end. For the handball, but I mean, both his hands, that kill behind his back, and he was in that normal session as Kompany comes and does see well as that kill from one moment to give away a penalty, looking to make it a second. Now to the right. Here is Oja. Bell for Luton. Trying to go past that halfway line. Here, clipping it to Adebayo. Adebayo, oh, great touchdown here. Once on his right foot. Tees this one up. Oh, Townsend couldn't get out of his feet. Lovely control from Elijah Adebayo. It's, I don't know if anyone's seen that Patrick Bamford goal on the weekend in the FA Cup for Leeds United, where he kind of chested it and hit it first time. Well, just for a second we felt he was going to chest it down, Elijah Adebayo, and whip it into the bottom corner. Instead he was unselfish, teed up to Townsend, but couldn't get out of his feet. Edge of the penalty area. We have half an hour left of this game at Turf Moor. Burnley still have that lead through Amdouni's goal after 36 minutes in the first half. Down the right now. Bit of room here for Barkley to dig diagonal ball, but Trafford is alert, has to come out of his goal and make sure he gathers. Now here is Barkley. Barkley on that right side to Kompany. Kompany really going down this right, but he's seen a lot of room this evening as the ball comes in. It bounced a few times and Elijah Adebayo couldn't get his leg around it. It did seem like it was going to drop towards it. But yeah, how do you utilise all that space that's happened from above it? Luton go to the penalty area. Here's Kompany. Can they make it stick towards Barkley? Still with Kompany. He's onside. So much ball. Flipping it there. Looking towards Alfie Doughty. But Trafford was alert and gathered the ball. Adebayo also there as well. So Taif Chong has come on. He's about to come on for Luton, trying to inject something to this attack for Luton. We're just seeing a lot of joy, as we've mentioned, on the wing play. It's just about the final ball and trying to find the opening. Burnley trying to find a second opening with their lead. It's Odegaard who got the assist. Deflected shot. Oh, and it's saved away by Kaminski. For a second, like it was going to go past the goalkeeper. He was going to his left, had to rejig his whole body into the right-hand side and crawl the ball away because Odobert had superbly... Oh, it was deflected, wasn't it? Oh, it was going goalwards. He'd wiggled his way for a couple of players. Then the deflection that came off Tendon Mengi. And Kaminsky had to get there. And he did. It's 1-0 to Burnley and have a corner on that far side. Right in front of the Luton supporters that have made their way from Bedfordshire. It's the first corner of the evening for the home team. Can they make it count already? It goes towards a Karen Blue shot and it bounces right in front of the goalkeeper. He goes down to his left and he gathers. It stays Burnley 1, Luton 0. Kaminsky rolling this towards Mengi. Osho to Bell in his own half. Bell giving it towards Osho. Osho now to the right side to Bell. This leads to a bit more urgency. Luton. Now Doughty. Bell. Under pressure. Good work from Burnley. All this was happening inside their own half in the first half, but it's now, operating. All these passes are in Luton's own territory, and the pressing has been so good that they forced Luton to mistake, keeping the ball away. There'll be a throw in. There is going to be a change, and it's going to be Townsend who comes on. Not been his evening. Andres Townsend, Tae Chong, sorry. Manchester United player, of course, he's come on. It's always looked a threat for Luton, especially at home when he has featured. It's the first change of the evening for both sides, and it's the team that are trailing. Odobert tried to link it through to Foster. This right. Good work now by Bell. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Chong. Got a couple players around him. Towards Bell. Now towards Chong. Into the centre circle he goes. Burnley now have retreated into a more defensive way. Here's Doughty. He plays the diagonal ball to Adebayo. Flicked on. Looking towards the right. Higgs Obedi, 4 weight in the middle. Obedi hasn't released the ball. He has gone into the penalty area though. Still has it 2 on him. Goes back to Bell. It's a familiar position for Luton tonight. Obedi goes now to Tae Chong. First touch is poor, but Barkley's left alone. Edge of the box. Barkley deflected. And that came off the Burnley player. And it's the 8th corner of the night for Luton Town. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Wait for it to be taken on that far side. Left footed from Doughty once again. Trafford once again comes and gathers. Excellent goalkeeping, kept his eye on it. It was more of a heavy in-swinger that came out and back in. Trafford just kept on backpedaling, kept his eye on it, grabbed it, both hands, even a few Luton players praying for a drop, and I think that might have caused him a bit of problems, Trafford, because he stayed on the ground, the ball's in between him, his 2 legs, and he's going to get a bit of treatment here, James Trafford. Well, as you know, this game has moved forward. Plenty of Premier League action ahead. With tomorrow Chelsea up against Fulham, the West London derby there. Manchester City up against Newcastle. Burnley up against Luton. Waiting for Trafford just to get his treatment done, and has seemed to be up and running in this Premier League game here. It's launched forward. Now by Burnley down the left. Vincent Kompany's got his pad out. Taking the throw in. Minutes to go. Trafford has the ball again for Burnley. It's an odd at the moment. Burnley have it. Vincent, Amdouni on the left side, trying to go around a few players. So nice work there from Luton to keep it alive. Good work from Osho. He ushers wants to give the ball back to Alfie Doughty on this left side on the wing-back position. Doughty loses out in terms of the encounter. And now it's with Burnley. Leading fellow strugglers Luton in this bottom of the table clash. Only Sheffield United collected less points than these two. That's why they sit 20th in the Premier League. Thrown up by Burnley here with Amdouni's been released from this throw-in. Ball just bounces up in the air. Kaminsky, well, he doesn't gather it. He should do. I think it might have been a back pass from the Luton play. Could have picked it up, didn't the goalkeeper? And he's hoofed it out of play. Burnley nearly there. Still a fair few 2 sets of 10s to go, plus I think a healthy amount of added time after the stoppage we had through Trafford. It's down this left side. It's a work. Burnley 1, Luton 0. It's now with Adakil. Low cross. That turns into a shot from Al Dakil. It's gathered comfortably by the Luton goalkeeper. I'm running out for Luton here, just in terms of putting that pressure on and trying to see what's going to happen. Going on. Amdouni now to Burnley. Foster. Great work from the Burnley defender in Tendimengi. Go back to Ogbeni. Ogbeni now. 3 weight in the air. Ogbeni checking this back. Gives a bit of room to Lokonga. He's been quiet in the second half. Here is Barkley. Bell. Now 40 yards away from the penalty area. They need to move the ball to the left side. They do for Alfie Doughty. He's normally the engine to produce something. We're getting into that time where Luton start to wake up. Here is Barkley. Looking towards Bell. Edge of the area. Here's Taif Chong. All this play. Well, it was a heavy ball looking towards Doughty. I'm not sure Doughty would have got it. It was ricocheting. Anyway, that ball that Chong was trying to slip through to Doughty. The ball all still with Luton. in Burnley's half. Bell. It's not comfortable for Luton. Now going to Chong. Great touch from Chong up against Burnley, and referee has brought the attention of Chong's challenge, and that's going to be a free kick to Burnley deep in their own half. Going to be a change for Burnley. As this free kick's taken by Trafford, it's flicked on by Foster, but there's no one there. It'll be back with the Luton goalkeeper. Flash score with the audio commentaries tomorrow for you. Just have run down a few for you to listen. Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle, Manchester City. The opener of the African Cup of Nations. Ivory Coast up against Guinea Vassou. As Burnley move forward now here. Amdouni, Goodmanson, teeing this to the far post. Foster can't get there. Oh, he completely overcooked that. Goodmanson, that was an opportunity to put the game beyond Luton. He didn't do it. And it gives Luton a chance to find themselves still in this game. They do trail 1-0. I think Foster may have been offside if he didn't make the connection. Champions travelling to North East, Manchester City at 5:30, so you can have the whole day for your listening ears on Flash Score. Chelsea, Fulham, 12:30. This is all UK time, by the way. 5:30, Newcastle, Manchester City. Ivory Coast, Guinea Bissau, 8 o'clock UK time. As Clark comes on, Morrison comes on. I think for Clark. Just get that confirmed. Morrison is on. So it looks like they're going to try and go in a 4-4-2 position. So yeah, Clark is off, that is correct, my eyes were not deceiving me. Morris and Adebayo. And for Burnley, I think Roberts has just turned up onto the field. We just got confirmation of that substitution for you here on Flash Score. But we are now in the 75th minute, which means Luton will look to score. They have scored a bundle amount of goals, more than anyone else in the 75th minute. So yeah, Burnley have made a change. Godmanson's off, and onto the field, confirmation of Roberts. It's 1-0 to them. Here is Roberts. First touches for him, gives the ball away to Bell. Centre circle now for Barkley. Well, Barkley's lost that ball. He's there from Brownhill. And it's a free kick to Burnley. Taken short by Brownhill. So down to the right. Another flick on. Oh, first time effort! It's in the hands by Foster. Foster's shot into Kaminski's hands. He's booted the ball quickly towards TF Jock. And that's got off. Good flick on. First time volley would have been a special goal from Foster. He's shaken off that early knock we saw in the first half. Might not have been a pretty game so far for Burnley. 12 attempts each for shots on goal on target for Luton. 6 for the home side. It's been even, definitely after that goal. It's funny because before the goal it's all Luton. They looked the most likely, and when Amdouni scored, it's become a tight affair. Here is Doherty, slipping this now to Morrison. Morrison above to Chong. Chong tries to keep this in. He was pushed. Referee has, and his linesman has said that isn't a free kick, it will be a throw into Burnley. A bit harsh for Tai Chong. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Throwing is taken by Roberts. Going out to Foster. Lovely from Foster. Tees us up. Now looking for Odobert. Now the left we go. Ikdal. Motoring down this left side. There's a Claret blue player. I won't get that. You won't get that. Coutinho. He's moved himself onto the left side. Amdouni. Vincent Kompany with the baseball bat. And the Burnley logo applauding. What he's saying from his team so far tonight. There's a commitment and a cause. His belt. It's one to the left. Good flick on. Here's Morris. First time effort. Oh, it would have been a spectacular goal. But Morris turns and his left-footed shot is over the bar. What he's really good at is winning those second balls. I have to say, he's excellent in the air. Elijah Adebayo. And Burnley have to be careful in these final moments that Luton don't get the ball to him, for him to create something. And just there was a chance. Morris was isolated, had to go for the spectacular. It didn't come off, but it's another warning sign for Vincent Kompany's team. You don't want to drop 2 points from here. Remember, they've dropped 16 points for winning positions. Only Brentford have lost more in 20 in the Premier League. It's Burnley 1. Lovely move there by Kompany, trying to stick the ball through, but Coutinho and co get it away. Roberts has moved to right back, and Odebert's moved to right midfield. Bit of a tactical change by Burnley. Burnley nearly nicked the ball from Tendin Megi on the halfway line. No one behind them as well. Could have been clean through, but instead it's with Alfie Doughty. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Lokonga onto Barkley. Lokonga and Morris now, and Lokonga trying to do a triangle. But that kill, that's in the way. Oh, gives the ball to Lokonga, who's chipped down. Referee, well, he's not giving a free kick. He's just let it play on. And now, and O'Shea survive. Burnley 1, Luton 0. It's a bit of a mix-up between the two centre-backs. Just boot. Oh, they both missed it. It's embarrassing. It wasn't a free kick. Excellent refereeing. The conker just dropped to the floor, hoping he could con the referee, but the referee was not being conned in this cold Friday night game in Lancashire. Burnley, they're going to have any opportunity of staying in this division this year, have to win this game. You just have to collect the points against the teams around them. And at the moment, not many around them other than Luton and Sheffield United, and they've got to stay in touch with those around them for sure. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Everton, of course, host Aston Villa at home at Goodison Park. You can listen to that. I'll be on that game for you on Flash Score. Ollie Watkins and co. Remember, Villa can go top of the Premier League, something that's gone under the radar. I missed the whole talk about Arsenal losing 2 games to the Premier League, and Liverpool top of the league, and City struggling. Villa are still in the top 4, and a victory at Goodison Park would send them top outright. That's for Sunday. This is tonight, and it's with Luton, who trail. Alfie Doughty's offside, and it's a poor one to do because you have the whole line, and it's the right choice. Burnley now 2-on-2 potentially, just running down this right side. Odobert back on the right. He got the assist. Can he finish this game off? Odobert, and Kaminsky powers it away, hitting the risks of the Luton goalkeeper. In fritting breakaway there from Burnley. Burnley 1, Luton 0. A few step overs and then boom, right there for you. It's a corner, second of the night for Burnley. Next goal is the killer, of course, for Luton. If it does go Burnley's way, you'd presume that that'll be it. Here's Brownhill, right-footed ball in. It goes into the mixer, cleared away by Luton. It's Alfie Doughty, sticks the leg out with Morrison, all the way in the centre circles. Trafford, and he hoops the ball in the air like it's playing rugby. Just hangs for a while before dropping down to Vitinho. Here's Vitinho now back towards O'Shea. O'Shea trickles back to Trafford. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Trafford evading the challenge of Adebayo. Foster's had a little foul with Amari Bell. Here's Mengi. Osho. Nice work by Chong. Lovely. Here it is. Doherty, 40 yards away from the penalty area. Here's Barkley launching that long. Trafford once again. Excellent goalkeeping from James Trafford. Every time he's here to come and gather. What has he done? He's gathered. He's gathered that ball. And he's done it with ease. It's good work from James Trafford. More substitutions on the ready now for Burnley. As they try and see this game out. And that's the end for the goal scorer, Ed Aberdeen. And that was probably the only clear opening we've seen tonight from both sides. Lovely work from Odobert down the left side. Pulls the ball and he just hits it goalwards. There's a bit of kerfuff on the goal line with Gudmundsson getting in the way of the goalkeeper. Not adjudged to be an offside or anything. The goals did stand. And that might just be his strike getting all 3 points here. Tresor is come on. And Odebert's come off with the assist. And Brun Larsen, who got the winner and his first goal for the football club in the resulting earlier fixture, reverse fixture, sorry. Back in early October. It was actually the 1st of October when these two forward at Kenilworth Road. It's Doherty. Burnley's supremacy over Luton continuing here. Luton haven't beaten Burnley in over 11 games. Johnny Byatt cleared away left-footed by Burnley. Goes to Doherty inside his own half. He tucks his back towards Osho. Now trying to go over the halfway line. Here's Doherty. Past that, clipping it. Oh, Chong wasn't on the same wavelength as Doherty. Trafford is though. He comes in, clears, but gives it straight back to Luton playing. The goal's 3. Barkley, his head is up, but Trafford has made sure he's ran as quick as he can back to his goal line. But just for a second, the door is open for a long-range effort with Trafford's ball finding its way straight back into Luton's hands. Burnley 1, Luton 0 here as we go into the final 5. Live on Flash Score here. By Bell in towards Chong. Doherty. And it's back. Great work by Chong. He's got 3 around him. Just feel there will be one moment for Luton with Adebayo and Morris all on the field. Benny and Doherty. These are the late goal specialists in the Premier League. Got 2 against Chelsea in the final 10. 2 here will win them the game. But they're still trailing. Burnley with the lead. Every player other than the goalkeeper Kaminsky is inside Burnley's half. Here is Doherty now on this left side. Oh, good ball to Chong. Chong lets it run to Morris. Tries to play a back heel. And a 1-2 in the penalty area. Burnley get the numbers and they clear. Here is Barkley. Lovely strength from Ross Barkley. He's clipping out to the far post. Elijah Adebayo can't bring it down. Morris to the acrobatic effort. By doing so, he's fouled a Burnley player. They're all not happy about that. First, Burnley saying that's dangerous, and Morris saying, well, listen, it's football, not rugby. I've gone with it for my feet. And, he's hit him in the head, to be fair. It's a nasty one, Brownhill. You can see what the referee has. I have to say, don't always hear it, but the referee has done a fine job tonight. No decisions have gone wrong. And I think it's important to highlight that, really, to be honest. It's been a Samuel Okonga's gone off, and on the field goes Luke Berry. So yeah, Berry's on. Okonga off, the man who's on loan from Arsenal. Well, Rob Edwards just looking a bit gingerly, and the touchline now, just jumping up and down. He needs his team to get something from here just to build that distance. They could have gone 7 clear of Burnley tonight with a game in hand. Goes towards the right. It's blocked. So with Luton, final 5 here. Going along to Elijah Adebayo and Trafford. It's poor. And that's something that they've not done this whole game. Has gone long, Luton. They've been very resolute, very smart, very measured in their play. And that's everything far from it. That's just wasteful. I'll disappoint Rob Edwards here. We've got 2 minutes until we hit the 90. We're into the final minute, actually. In fact, Burnley 1, Luton 0. Ball's down the side now for Mengi. Mengi's hooking this, looking towards Chong. Adebayo's there. Roberts has come on to play this right back role, and he's doing it well. Here's Barkley. Barkley infield to Chong. Chong, Doherty to the left side. Doherty up against 2. Chong's come to help. He's not really helping him enough though. Here is Bell. Bell will put the ball into the box. Luton players wait. And once again, who's there other than Burnley's goalkeeper Trafford to come and gather again. Chong in centre circle for Luton. Trying to whiff that to Doherty. Easy offside. Yeah, he is. He's screaming at his players to get the ball quickly. Edwards is also showing some frustration. It's in Kompany's team. So close. So close now. Jay Rodriguez looking to come up onto the field. Clipped on. Here's Brun Larsson's offside. So, how many more minutes will be added on here? That's the question. As we see the 90-minute mark go up, Barry's been booked. Not booked, sorry, he's been 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. Any Championship listeners, Hull are losing at home to Norwich, which may be a surprise to Liam Rossini's team. They've been on a playoff march. Something that the visitors in this game is all about after winning the playoffs last year, but they would be desperate to get an equalizer here late on to keep their distance from Burnley, because at the moment Burnley are going to go 1 point behind Luton Town. Let's move forward, and a bit of room for Berry. Burnley conceded a free kick. Here's Barkley. Bell. Here is Barkley. That's to Bell. All display in Luton's half, down this left side. Trying to move the ball through the inside channel. It's a high line that Barkley's trying to expose. If Benny's there, in the last 20 minutes they've not been going down the right wings. It's just been going long, Luton. They've gone away from their patterns of play. They've been really positive. Here is Doherty. Clipping this to the far side. Cleared away. Does come back out. Here is Mengi. It's not really cleared by Burnley. It is scuffered away. Here's Bell. Doherty's there. He's going to swing this one in. Trafford comes to claim. He doesn't. There's a goal. The ball's in the net. Morris. Well, for the first time tonight, Luton Town put a ball in the box. And it's the Burnley goalkeeper doesn't gather. We'll have to watch this again. Well, I spoke so soon, didn't I? I really did. If this goal stands, you'll be hearing a lot about the referee, because immediately it seems that Trafford has been fouled, because he tries to go for the ball, and he collides with a player. Would love to see a replay of this immediately. Kompany's going absolutely crazy. The Burnley manager, the Burnley players are going crazy. It's another assist from Doughty. It's another goal by Luton. I'll be amazed if this stands. Trafford goes in. This won't be a goal, no way. Elijah Adebayo, what he does, he simply barges into the goalkeeper. I say that, you never know though. You see them before. You just don't know. Excellent ball from Doughty, but everything that's gone into the box this evening, especially in the second half, Luton haven't been able to find anything because Trafford's been there. So VAR here for a possible foul, which as it stands, it's being checked. This is a big decision indeed to come. On the first look, it seems like an initial foul from Elijah Adebayo, but it just seems like a bit of a dive from Trafford. So this is going to be interesting. I went big, didn't I? Burnley believe Trafford was fouled. This is a huge goal at the bottom of the Premier League here table. If this stands, as we were at the beginning of the game, but VAR still checking here. We've now played. We're in the 5th minute. Sorry, of the 5. The longer this takes, you do think usually you see a quick change. And has it been given? It has. Wow, Luton have found themselves level at Turf Moor. A ball from Doughty, and Morris heads it through. They don't see enough there in the penalty area from Elijah Adebayo's foul on Trafford. It might not be intentional. I think it's because a Burnley player, it's the goalkeeper, he's a no man's land. Well, whatever I said 5 minutes ago about the referee having a great evening and it being a peaceful one, I'm never going to do that again, because quite simply you're going to hear a lot about this. Once again, VAR and the referee maybe takes centre stage, but it seems like common sense has prevailed. I have to be honest with you, being impartial as I always am, of course, and how we are on Flash Score, there'll be a lot of frustration, but realistically, he touches Trafford. It's not enough touch for Trafford to go down, and that's the truth. He's got to be stronger, the goalkeeper. He wasn't. And Morris, oh, what a goal this is for Luton Town. Big goal at the bottom of the table. 1-1. They always score late here. Bloody hell, how many goals have they got late on in the Premier League? They will move 4 clear as they were at the beginning of the game. They'll go level on points with Everton. The same amount of games, 16 each. They will have a game on Everton. It just gives them a hope. That's the flip of the coin. We're talking about Burnley, but also Luton. How much of a positive point that would be for them. And Luton love scoring late in the day. Here is Elijah Adebayo. Burnley got to be careful not to be stung twice in added time. I'll let you read up on the match report, which will have links to photos and even videos of the incidents. Vincent Kompany's quotes will be very fascinating, and he'll be frustrated though. One ball into the box, it doesn't get claimed by a goalkeeper. Your defenders don't get on it, and Luton eat their rewards, and they're eating good. James Trafford's actually been booked, you presume, for a bit of dissent. Big decision in the bottom. That's a mighty goal for sure. Now on the right for Robert. Still time though in this game. We're now in the 98th minute of this game in Turf Moor. Lots of happy faces for fans at Goodison Park, Everton, and Brentford and Crystal Palace and even Sheffield United, who still believe they can stay up in this division. You have to believe, or why do we play? With these two dropping points, for those down at the bottom, it's the perfect result. But this will suit Luton more than Burnley. Luton will keep moving. They fancy their chances of getting free tonight, but the way the game's planned out, for a very long time it was looking like they were going to lose again to Burnley. They still might do, because Burnley are on the attack here with Bruno Larson down the right. He's running towards the byline now. 4 in the middle. Traps it down to the left. Here's Connor Roberts. Good ball in, but Kaminski's there just to gather and drops to the ground. And although they didn't have that gap, also Luton, they just will stay in touch with Everton, Brentford and Palace. Whereas, well, for Burnley, trips to the Etihad next, Anfield, and hosted Arsenal here. How costly is that late Morris goal? He came off the bench to get it, and he's got his side a point. It's finished here at Turf Moor. Burnley 1, Luton 1. Vincent Kompany, oh, it will really hurt in the morning. He looks at his assistant Craig Bemley, goes up and talks to Rob Edwards, and the two staff shake each other's hands. No surprise to see all sets of Burnley players go straight to the referee. VAR had a good long look at it, and they decided that that goal was going to stand. It was Alfie Doherty with the ball in. Morrison capitalised when it was Kafuff in the middle through Trafford. Burnley, of course, led through the first half when Amdouni slotted in when a ball was pulled back from Odobert. Burnley looked so good for the 3 points. The longer the game went on, Luton were getting frustrated going long. They went long, and Vincent Kompany doesn't complain about the decisions. He just shakes the referee's hands. Well, he does have a little few words, has a little few bites. I wonder what he does say there. He doesn't get himself in trouble. But the game week in the Premier League, then is split across 2 weekends, has started off with more controversy and important results at the bottom of the Premier League. Big point for Luton. It's definitely 2 points dropped and 2 more from winning positions from Burnley. That's 18 now for Vincent Kompany's team. The Luton players go towards their travelling for supporters who are still plotting a great escape in this Premier League. But a final score here from Turf Moor.